Hello, once again, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Mark.
And this is Comic Book Malarkey.
Coming to you live.
Untitled Nerd Network. We're not live.
Well,
this is pre-recorded.
We're live. I
mean, we are. We're not animated.
Coming to you pre-recorded.
I'm live action Lonnie. This is live action Mark. And we are live right now at Infinity Flux in Hickson, Tennessee. And we're going way back to the 90s. Oh, the 90s.
We should have like the Peabody Wayback Machine sound effects when we do that.
Yeah, either that or have the screen kind of wavy.
Sorry, and Wayne's World reference.
But yeah, Death of Superman. And chances are everybody's read this. And chances are everybody's probably watched a review or two or read a review or two, but we're going to just beat this into the ground.
Dead horse, here you are.
Yep. This probably isn't going to be as long of a video as our normal one, but stick around to see what happens. Death of Superman, the little bit of background on this, and I read this on Wikipedia this morning. They were planning on doing a Superman Lois Lane wedding, and in the comic books. Well, then ABC did the Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman,
right?
And they decided to do the wedding for that. So they said, we don't want to do the TV and the comic book wedding at the same time, so let's put the comic book wedding on hold. And so they started, everybody was like, they had this whole big thing planned out, and everybody was all irritated, and they were having writing meetings every month, and they were like, what do we do? Well, then somebody thought to be like,
let's kill Superman.
Yeah, let's just kill him. And it became like a recurring thing every month whenever they would have a meeting. And finally, I think it was like the editor-in-chief was like, you know what, we're going to do it. Let's kill him, because they said that they were taking Superman for granted, and if they killed him, hey, it might take it in new directions.
It would boost sales.
Pretty much.
And because this is also the same time that they broke Batman's back, that they had the Artemis Wonder Woman come in.
What did they do first? Did they break Batman's back first?
I don't remember. I'd have to look. Let me Google that while we go with it.
Yeah, that was a lot of stuff was going. It was like from 91 or 92 to 93. Batman's back was broken by Bane. Doomsday killed Superman. The adamantium was pulled out of Wolverine.
Right.
I mean, it was just the time where they basically made your high-powered superheroes mortal again.
Pretty much. So
basically showed that they could be killed, they could be hurt.
Nightfall was in 93.
Well, yeah, but what month? Because I almost guarantee Death of Superman was in 93 as well.
It was April through August. So August was when they broke him.
Okay. And
then Death of Superman.
I'm pretty sure Death of Superman was first. Almost positive.
I'm fairly certain you may be right. Death of Superman, January of 93.
Yep.
So, yes, you were correct. October 92 through November of... Well, no, actually, they killed him in 92, and then the funeral was in 93, because all that ran through. And then the Reign of the Superman ran June through October of 93.
Okay.
And then, the Artemis Wonder Woman.
Right after that, Batman's back was broken.
Right.
Okay, so, so what ends up happening is they introduce Doomsday, and he's in this, underground, he's trapped, in some kind of underground prison, and he busts his way out and just starts destroying stuff. Now, the funny part about it, what was it, the Justice League?
It was Justice League International at the time.
Yeah.
It had Booster Gold, Blue Beetle, Martian Manhunter.
Bloodwind,
because it was Martian Manhunter disguised as Bloodwind. That was a whole other ballpark altogether. He got possessed by the gym.
Let's don't get too far out there, because there was some weird stuff going on.
But Doomsday beat them all with one hand tied behind his back.
Yeah, because his suit actually had his hand tied behind his back, and he beat him one-handed. Beat him, soundedly, not even a contest.
Ripped Booster's suit up.
Didn't he, was it Booster Gold that he punched one time and just knocked him into space, basically?
Well, he punched through the force field and ripped the suit in one punch, and that's actually, Booster Gold's the one that gave him the name Doomsday.
Yeah,
Booster Gold, it's like Doomsday coming.
So Superman is actually doing a live interview.
News interview.
Yeah. And then gets news that, hey, this monster's, destroying stuff. So they show up. He basically levels this town. there's like a whole issue where Superman saves this like family from, he's like goes through and destroys their house, and they save the family. And then they're while they're in town, he sees at an appliance store, there's like a commercial for like a wrestling event,
right?
Some kind of
something
sporting
like
event.
That.
And it's like, come to Metropolis, and Doomsday's like
Metropolis, and starts jumping.
Yep, just starts leaping towards Metropolis, and he sees like a road sign, Metropolis 20 miles this way.
Punches
like,
through it.
Here we go. And so Superman's like, ah, crap. But of course, Doomsday shows up in Metropolis. And then the cool thing about this is what, like a 5-part story, 4-part story?
It was pretty good. It went from April to August.
The core thing.
Yeah, it went from April to August.
The core thing happened to where I think it was like part 1 had 4 panels per page, part 2 had 3, part 4 had 2, and then finally,
that's right. Yeah, the final one was like 1 panel per
finally
page.
Superman number 75, The Death of Superman, was just a page at a time. And so what always got me was, I didn't know at the time that Supergirl was like a shape-shifting alien. And when Doomsday punched her and she turned into like a blob, I was like, wow. Like, I didn't know what happened there. I was like,
so that was the Matrix version of Supergirl, who had been sent to,
wasn't she dating Lex Luthor Jr.?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was. So
I remember that whole thing.
So the thing with her is that she was from the evil Earth 3 and had been created by that world's good Lex Luthor. And she came here and became, started modeling herself after Superman. And
is that the same? Is she the same one that bonded with a girl in the Superman series?
She bonded with a girl named Linda Danvers.
Yeah, I read that. Like the first 20 issues of that series, loved it.
Yeah, until they started turning her into like this angel thing, and that was just kind of really weird.
Yeah, because the girl that she bonded with was like a big, like a cult member,
right?
And had the boyfriend that was like sacrificing people and stuff, and I was like, wow, that's kind of dark, because I don't know, it just didn't seem Supergirl to me.
I agree.
But Death of Superman ended up being a really cool story. It was like one of those things, it made international news.
Right.
It everybody, it really was responsible for the comic book bubble of the 90s. That and you remember, what was it, QVC or the Home Shopping Network? Remember when they used to sell comic books?
Yes.
And you could, God, I used to sit there and watch, like, just dreaming. But thing is, it was like regular, not even a variant or anything. It was just the regular issue, for like 4 easy payments of $8.99 or something like that. And they were selling these books for like $20, $30, and everybody was buying them up because, this is what we're going to do. It's like you can make millions if you just invest in comics, but everybody was doing it.
Right.
And it kind of defeated the purpose of what made comics collectible, as they started mass producing, 2, 3, 4 million of these, and
variant covers. I think variant covers kind of sort of broke it too, because you've got,
remember Gen 13 different covers
13 different
of number
covers.
1.
Yep.
Now, granted, some of those were cool, like the Pulp Fiction one.
Yeah, some of the artwork was really cool on some of the variant covers, and like the variant covers for X-Men, when we're talking about the relaunch of X-Men, the Jim Lee X-Men, there was like the 4 issues, the issues that you put them all together, it made one big picture.
Yeah, and then they had the deluxe version. But Death of Superman, that was pretty much it in a nutshell. That was the story.
They big huge, and everybody, of course, now like. You didn't know where Doomsday came from. Since then they've gone back and they've explained why.
That actually made Doomsday a better character, was the mystery.
Yeah. I liked it better when I didn't know where he came from.
Yeah.
I liked it better when, kind of like I liked it better when we didn't know Wolverine's history. Like Wolverine origin kind of sort of just like, he was a sick little kid. Okay.
Yeah. But the battle ends in Metropolis. They end up, punching each other. It's like shattering windows every time a blow lands. They end up finally delivering like a final blow to each other simultaneously, and then they think Doomsday's dead. Superman finally just dies, and it ends with everybody like, oh my God, he can't die, and then the final page folds out the back cover, you know, and
Cape
he's
on the
dead.
stick and everything.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is the day that a Superman died, and that was like one of those, like, holy crap, you know, like if you had that book, that was the one that you showed people, like, hey, look what I got.
Yeah.
I think there were like 5 different printings, you know, with like different color logos on the front. I know one was blue, one was yellow, and
well, no, that was when they did the Reign of the Superman. The Reign
no,
of
no,
the
no,
Superman.
no, it was like the same copy of Superman 75, but one was a yellow Superman logo, one was blue, and it was like different ways you could tell the. I know what you're talking about, Reign of Superman. That was the ones that had the cut cardstock
Right, and then when you
covers,
opened it up, it had the
opened it
picture
up.
of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Like one was green, one was red, one was blue, and I think the other one might have been yellow,
Okay.
maybe. But yeah, Superman dies. So, and then that leads on into Funeral for a Friend, which is now known as World Without a Superman.
Right, and then Reign of Superman.
Then Reign of Superman, which the trade on that is like that thick. And I've read every bit of it. It was pretty cool.
I followed that because like I was a big fan of all of that, and I love how they broke it up into. I loved Steel. Like I think he's an underutilized character. Like they brought him out, and he was a great character when they brought him out, and then now he's
even the
sort
movie.
No. Let's not talk about the movie. No, bad. But DC just can't do anything with movies. They've done really great with TV series, but they can't do anything with movies. I think they're trying too hard to try to catch up with Marvel. But Steel was a great character, and they've regulated him to like this background character now. And then like, I like what they originally did with Superboy, and then like the new 52 stuff I don't like. And then the Cyborg Superman, of course, he was really kind of a cool interpretation.
He came back later in Green Lantern. During the Rebirth, the whole deal.
Well, no, and during Rebirth and
it was a little bit later, but
well, they completely retconned him in New 52 because in New 52 the Cyborg Superman is Kara's father. It's weird.
But anything further on Death of Superman?
He came
like
back. He was and that kind of ties into everybody talking about how like or well, you've got two sides of the coin. People who criticize it and people who romanticize it. I guess that the Christ Superman thing, where it's like, oh, he died and he came back, and like in the Superman Returns movie, he carried the big planet up into space and it fell backwards like with a cross like thing. And
actually in the comics, I think this may have been in the Funeral for a Friend storyline. There actually was like a cult that gathered at his memorial statue.
Yep, there was.
So we'll probably end up covering Funeral for a Friend and Return of the Superman all in one video at a later date. But because we can sit around and talk about that forever. There was a lot of stuff.
There was a lot that happened in that.
As evidenced by like the 3,000.
Oh, and that actually led into. So we were talking about how. So it was in this order. It was they destroyed Superman, they destroyed Batman, they destroyed Wonder Woman, and then they destroyed Green Lantern, which is what
Parallax, right?
Which is what this led into because of something that happened in the Reign of Superman storyline, which we'll talk about on a video coming soon to a YouTube screen near you.
All right. Well, that's about all we can do on Death of Superman. It's all been said.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about it because we can't have the video and talk about comic book storylines, especially the 90s, without talking about Death of Superman.
And we've not really touched on a lot of DC yet.
Yeah.
So we
had to talk DC.
DC love.
So this is like the token DC video. All right. Well, anyway, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Mark.
And we're Untitled Nerd Network. This has been Comic Book Malarkey from Infinity Flux in Hickson, Tennessee.